convinced you can find music almost anywhere, even in the back of your storage room. So these bottles are left over from my very crunchy era. I started out mostly crunchy, then when the kids got really sick, I went all in, even growing my own SCOBY and brewing probiotic drinks. Well, now we can find probiotic drinks almost anywhere, so I don't make them anymore, but I still have all these beautiful bottles, and it feels like it would be wrong to just throw them out. So here I am with all these bottles. I've got to clean them up. And it's kind of funny. I was brewing kombucha and kefirs before you could even buy this stuff in Texas. In fact, I didn't even know people sold it. The only kefir or kombucha I had ever tasted was what I made. And the only thing I knew about it was, from reading the recipes and figuring it out and making it because I was trying to get probiotics into the children and try to get them better. And I remember going into a store and finding, oh, there's a bug in that. Ooh. Yeah, you find strange things in these stored bottles. Anyway, I remember going into a store, and when I got to the store, finding some bottles of kombucha and kefir that were for sale, and I had never seen them before. And out of pure curiosity, I bought a bottle, and I have to say I was relieved to find out it actually tasted like what I made. In fact, I think mine might have been just a little bit better, but still it tasted really good. So anyway, we're going to take these bottles, we're getting them all cleaned up, and we're going to see if we can get them tuned to make a musical instrument out of them. So I've got the bottles, and I've got them all lined up and marked like piano keys. I have the funnel to pour them in. I've got this, hold on, this big jug of water that I'm going to use to pour them in. But here's what I think is really interesting. The bottle, and I've got it marked as C, but naturally they're tuned to what sounds like F. I think it's F. So anyway, we're going to get them tuned up and see how they work. I don't know whether it'd be better to blow on them or to hit them with a spoon. So as you can see here, I've got some of them filled up, and honestly, tuning them is not quite as easy as I thought it was going to be. That's gotten a little bit tricky because they actually all have their own pitch to begin with. So I think we're going to get rid of the sharps and flats. All right, so here's what I've got so far. Let's try this. This took me a little bit to figure it out. I thought at first I could blow on the bottles and get the melody. That didn't work out so well because one of them I had to fill out completely to the top. I tried tuning them with the pitch pipe. That didn't quite work, so I finally wound up using my guitar tuner on my phone, which I couldn't show you because, yeah, I'm using the phone to film. But here we go. We line them all up like this, and you'll notice this one's up to the top. This one is pretty low, right about here, and then they just get lower and lower in the amount of water there is. The Coke bottle is the one that is a little bit off because I can never get that one tuned just right. But here we go, and I'm going to demonstrate how you can do this, and then I'm going to see if I can get my family to do one later, which would probably be a lot more fun. But here we go. Here's your demonstration. This may be a really fun thing to try at Thanksgiving to entertain the troops, right? Okay, so there we go with our musical bottles. And we will probably do a video here in just a little bit. Be watching for it, so you'll want to subscribe so you can see whenever I try to get the whole family in on another one of my great ideas and see if they can play music with me on the musical bottles. See you soon. Bye-bye.